views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona, Phoenix, Brother Mike is back on the radio. Hey, welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. God bless you today. Today's Bible study, Public Enemy number 1. Today on Hardcore. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them radio program's on? I'll make a couple of announcements while you make the call to help the ministry. Special announcement today, too. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the House of Healing in Central Phoenix. We're on 11th Street, temporarily, just south of Indian School Road and west of the 51 freeway. I've been on the radio for 15 years, and you've been sending me donations for 15 years. And what I've been doing with those donations has been, I've been paying the bills of the ministry, the radio bills, of course, being an important one. And I've always been able to pay the bills on time. I've never been late on a bill. It's been amazing, thanks to you. But every nickel I had above and beyond the expenses of the ministry, I put into a building fund account. And over the years now, because of you, we now have our new building. We will be moving to the Arizona Deliverance Center at 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne, in April. And this incredible miracle was made possible by your generosity. So we deeply thank you for your love and your concern. We're currently going to stay with 4 services a week until we get to the Arizona Deliverance Center. They're all Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Our schedule will change when we get to the ADC. If you go to the website, you can check out our current schedule, our Facebook page, our YouTube teaching channels. You can send another donation on the PayPal button, and thank you so much. You can sign up for another seminar. Our next seminar will be in March 31st, the last Friday of the month. You can catch all the radio programs 24/7 on SoundCloud.com/hardcore-Christianity. Please remember one of our sponsors of the ministry, West USA Realty, on the front page of the website. Thank you for the new building. Public enemy number 1. As in the days of Noah, Jesus said, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Wow. That's exactly what's happening right in front of our eyes. Sexual perversion, serial adultery, homosexuality, and lesbianism were rampant at the time of the first flood. And it's going to be rampant at the time of the second coming. Did you see this article in the paper? Very interesting. The states of South Dakota and Virginia both recently declared pornography a public health crisis, joining the state of Utah in recognizing the severity of porn's effects on society. In South Dakota, the resolution passed unanimously among legislators who noted that children are being exposed to porn at an alarming rate, and that porn is linked to a lessening desire in young persons to marry. What they're saying there, from based on the psychiatric research, is that young people who start on porn early, and now statistically it's like 10, 11, and 12, that people are now consistently watching porn. You can get it off your electronic device and social media. It's unbelievable how readily available and easily accessed it is. But the more you see pornography, the less value you morally and ethically place on another human being. Pornography turns the person into a commodity. You become a commodity. You become a simple means to an end for simply attaining an orgasm and providing you with your own sexual thrills, needs, recreations, and desires. Porn lessens the value of a human being, in particular women. Women are the bigger brunt of porn, of course, because they are usually the objects of most pornography in the world. The article goes on to say in Virginia, legislatures acknowledged similar negative effects of porn. noting that exposure to porn has a direct correlation to, quote, lessening desire in young men to marry, dissatisfaction in marriage, and infidelity, according to Relevant magazine. Last year, when Utah declared porn a public health crisis, many organizations applauded the resolution. Don Hawkins, the executive director of the National Center of Sexual Exploitation, stated that, quote, the research is clear. Pornography is significantly linked to decreased brain matter in regions of motivation, decision-making, and to increasing cases of sexual dysfunction. Did you hear that? These are secular people. These people don't have anything to do with God. This isn't the Holy Ghost. This is secular people seeing what the devil is doing, spreading pornography all over the country. In my counseling practice, I've had, I don't know how many people have come in for help over the years. This is my 35th year to work as a professional counselor here in Maricopa County. People come in with sexual addictions. They are some of the saddest, most depressed, and sickest people that I've ever worked with. That includes the severely mentally ill. And all of them, literally all of them, were involved with pornography. Of course, now it's all almost exclusively internet pornography. Quote, beyond the negative health impact pornography can have on one's physical health, it's also associated with alarming social ills, like increases in sexual violence and increases in beliefs that women enjoy rape. Pornography is clearly a poison that any society striving for ideals of personal well-being, equality, and respect cannot tolerate. Unquote. Can you imagine the secular world? Pornography is spawned by Satan, and he has spread this all over the United States. The United States is the number one consumer of some of the devil's favorite works. Some of his favorite works have been given to America, and we've made them number one in the world. Drugs. The use of drugs in the United States is number one in the world. The Mexican drug cartels really can't be blamed for this, because drugs is a commodity. Porn is a commodity. America's number one in the consumption of drugs and porn in the entire world. But they're both commodities. And since they are a commodity, they are subject to the laws of general business laws of supply and demand. Drugs is destroying our major cities, particularly cities like Chicago, which is the distribution hub for many of the drug cartels from Mexico and other cartels. And the drugs are only sold here, and the porn is only used here. Why? Because there's a demand for it. This sin, like in the days of Noah, this sin was staggering. It got so bad that God gave them up to a reprobate minds. Adokimos is the Greek word for reprobate, and it means a mind that's been evaluated and rejected by God. When someone becomes a reprobate, they just totally sold themselves into sin and have become Antichrist. And America is headed that direction so fast it's unbelievable. But here you see some incredible acts of mercy occurring where states are literally seeing the incredible dangers of pornography. Of course, they've already seen the dangers of drugs. But our sin in our society has caused these two things to flourish, pornography and drugs and alcohol. We have these recreational sins in our society, and they are not just something someone uses in private. They are social ills. Alcohol is a social ill. It's a social sin, in addition to being a personal sin. Pornography is a social ill. It causes the person to devalue themselves. It causes the person to devalue others. And it's swept the entire planet. And California is the number one producer of pornographic movies anywhere on the planet. California. This is a horrible scar in our country and a sin that we must bear. But the worst part about it all is that alcohol and drugs and pornography, the devil's trinity, causes people to pick up demons that they can't get rid of. They pick up unclean spirits, and these spirits enter the body, and these demons cause the body to crave these substances, these commodities. The spirits in the body push the person to look at porn. They push the person to drink. They push them to use drugs. Who would have ever dreamed years ago the number one drug would have been prescription medications? Who would have dreamed that we would have legalized pot for recreational use? You see what that's doing to the state of Colorado. I'm telling you, the devil's going to sweep this country and turn the country into a giant reefer from sea to shining sea. We're all going to get smoked out soon. The social ills, the social sinning will be beyond belief when alcohol and drugs and pornography meet their new bedfellow, recreational pot. Can you imagine it? We need a revival now. And why not start one here in Maricopa County at the new Arizona Deliverance Center? We'll be there in April, thanks to your donations. You were kind to us over the years, and we want to make a major impact in the state of Arizona, and we're able to do it now with our new building. I hope you'll come by and visit. I hope if you have any of these issues, alcohol, drugs, porn, that you will come by for healing and deliverance. I've seen untold numbers of people delivered from these sins. And you're next. See you next time.
The views expressed on the preceding program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program has been sponsored by Michael W. Smith.